try to win a little love. It's a lesson to read. It's in the east and the free.
Yo, we're here. We're getting ready to play some more Goblins. Real quick, gonna fix the preview pane so that it comes up where it's supposed to. What are we doing today, though? Specifically, number one, it's 1,000 degrees, so I'm wearing my tropical island clothes to try and cool down, at least mentally. But number two, there is an issue with Goblins that has been getting on my nerves as I play it. I watch a lot of other content creators that are brewers and tuners. You watch Aspiring Spike, you know, basically, I mean, I guess this comes from Darkest Mage as well. They're my two favorite streamers. You should check them out on Twitch if you haven't, but basically, good decks have good cards. There's, like, obviously synergy elements that you're trying to get through tuning. Goblins is big on that, but you can't just be stuck in your old ways. You have to actively check out what's going on as you play the games, so you don't want to just remain stagnant. I know I talk to people are like, Goblins is better than I ever hoped it could be. We were a joke deck for so long. Like, yes, that's true, but look at Elementals. Like, Elementals was the same way. Elementals has, at this point, cut Vile and just become one of the best decks in Modern, right? Because there's no Sacred Cows. It killed Aether Vial, and then it became one of the best decks. Now, I don't think we can afford to do that because some of our card advantage comes from this ETB effect as opposed to just putting out Goblins and ephemerating them or something like that. All of our individual Goblins with ETBs. That's not what we're looking to do. But anyway, back to the problem that annoyed me. We added Ignoble Hierarch to our deck, and it's a very good card. It's clearly very powerful. It's on Tribe, it supports Munitions Expert, so sometimes you have 1-2, but Ignoble Hierarch into Munitions Expert isn't exciting, right? You don't keep a hand base on that. How's it going, Keanu? They don't have Fortnite-themed Goblins yet, but as soon as the Fortnite cards come out, I plan on leaning into it really hard. I'm gonna get every Fortnite card I can and put it in my deck just to force other people to play with it, even if I don't want to. But so yeah, Ignoble Hierarch. I guess I'll paint the picture a slightly different way. When you're mulliganing with Goblins and you see an Aether Vial, it's a reason to keep the hand because it's so powerful in the deck. And when you have Snoop and Vial in your hand, you're really excited, even if you don't have Snoop and Harbinger, because those are your two best cards, right? You have card advantage and combo pieces, and you have just like tons of value in mana generation. And now Ignoble Hierarch is a card that's on the power level, maybe, of Aether Vial, but we don't take advantage of it. And what does that mean? Normally, when you're playing Goblins, you play Ignoble Hierarch, and let's say it survives. And then you play your best card on turn 2, which is Conspicuous Snoop, which you could have already done, right? So now this Ignoble Hierarch extra mana is doing what? It's playing Aether Vial? No, it's not playing Skirk. None of that's exciting. So one way to solve that problem would be to add, something like Thoughtseize to your main deck. But I think the problem with that is that Thoughtseize is only good if you then also have Snoop in your hand, right? So we're trying to get a card that is just good with Ignoble Hierarch. And what that really means is you're trying to abuse, and that's the key word when you're trying to make a powerful Magic deck. Always abuse the things that you can. We're trying to find a card that can abuse the fact that we can play a 3-drop, 3 mana on turn 2 with Ignoble Hierarch. So today, what we're testing, well, notice number 1, our 3-drops that we normally play in Goblins, Boggart Harbinger, are actively bad on turn 2. Often you want to draw your 4th land with Goblins, so putting a Goblin on top of your deck when you don't know what to put there, because you don't know what you need yet, because your opponent said land go, you know what I mean? They just have 1 land in play. You don't even necessarily know what deck they are yet, but you also have no idea what kind of hand they have. So that's bad. It's also a combo piece, so you don't want to waste it. But Matron has the same problem as Harbinger in that the game hasn't really progressed yet. It hasn't developed to the point where you know what you want to tutor. So yes, I could drop Goblin Matron and get a Munitions Expert, because Munitions Expert is always good. But it's not exciting. It's not a good reason to keep a hand. And playing Ignoble Hierarch into Matron to grab Conspicuous Snoop is also not that exciting, because, like, you're really slow as far as combo goes, and, well, now you've kind of telegraphed, so if they have a Lightning Bolt, like, or any kind of removal, you know, that Snoop is not surviving, and if that's your second Snoop, well, you're also, like, giving up speed to do it. There's just not a lot of exciting things, like proactive, wow, that was such a great turn 2. We have that out of the board with Blood Moon. Turn 2 Blood Moon is amazing. So maybe eventually we'll you know, figure out a mana base or a configuration that is all about main deck Blood Moon. But for today, what we're going to test in that 3-drop slot is Realm Walker, which is a lot like a 5th Snoop. It's a Changeling. It costs 2 and a green. Changeling means that it is a Goblin. And it has all of the card draw abilities of Snoop. You look at the top of your library, you can play Goblins from the top. That's pretty good. You know, whatever. Then we have Grist the Hungering Tide, which is a new card for Modern Horizons 2, which means it's very likely that it's overpowered, just based on the pedigree of that format. So Grist is interesting because it is a 1/1 insect creature in addition to its other types when it's not on the battlefield, which means actually, and we're going to make this adjustment right now because I forgot to make it, you can take Masked Vandal, which is another Changeling, and you can activate Pyre of Heroes, sacrificing Masked Vandal, which is an insect secret, and get Grist out. So that's something like sort of exciting. But let's look at what it actually does. It creates 1/1 for +1. It creates 1/1 black 1/1 black and green insect creature tokens. And you mill a card. The mill a card is sort of irrelevant, but if we were to be playing something like Patriarch's Bidding, we could take advantage of that, and it's something we're looking at. The -2 is Bone Shards, Bone Splinters, sacrifice a creature, destroy target creature or planeswalker. And then the -5, I don't know how relevant it is, but it just drains your opponent. I guess it doesn't drain them. They just lose life equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So we're hoping that these are impactful to drop on turn 2. That's what we're trying to test today. We are probably just going to queue straight into a league with this. See how it goes. Like I was saying, the other cards we're thinking about adding are Patriarch's Bidding once you have stuff like Grist and Noble Hierarch working together. Maybe that gets a little better. It's possible that Bidding is better than these Aether Vials. Like, maybe we're supposed to be just like slowly making land drops to get to Bidding and not playing Vial, although Vial is one of the best cards ever printed, so I haven't made that leap yet. But we're going to get right into it here. A new era is what I named the deck. We'll see if it lives up to its name. But we're getting started with a league right now. Um, to Keanu's point, if you haven't seen it, oh, this is my mask. So get that out of there. They recently announced a bunch of new Secret Lair products. They don't even know. They haven't shown us the art yet because I think they're trying to kind of sneak it out there. I don't think Fortnite cards are for enfranchised Magic players. I don't know how they're going to advertise them to these unenfranchised Magic players. Maybe there's going to be a Jace Bellerin skin in Fortnite. Who knows? But yeah, they have a bunch of reprints coming out that are basically the equivalent of alters for your Magic cards that have Fortnite art. Or maybe they'll go the Godzilla route and they'll have a card named Tomato Town and it'll be Castle Embrith. And it'll be the alternate version of that, not just a change of the art. We'll see. Maybe they'll reimagine Dark Ritual as a Chug Jug. I have a lot of really bad ideas for Fortnite alters that we could all get down with. I should make this a little bit bigger. I don't know what happened here. There you go. Now you can see the actual name. Let's just pump it up. So I use to stream the music a site called Re-Listen. They're all supposed to be royalty-free recordings. They've never been released by anybody. So I'm not allowed to make money off of them, and I'm not trying to. But because it's a web browser thing, I can't get it anywhere else. It changes every time, the sizing of it, because to get it to be this size, I have to shrink the window a little bit. That's why it's probably one of the most scuffed parts of the stream. You could make your own thing, but I don't know. It doesn't seem worth it. Works well enough. I hope you guys enjoy The Grateful Dead as much as I do. You can go, you should just check it out, relisten.net. It's the best. All right, D-Star, 1-1. All right, I mean, this is exciting. We have a no-lander, but this is a super hype hand. If this Ignoble and this Ringleader were both lands, I would just be oh my god, this is an insane hand. But obviously it's a zero-lander, we can't keep it. What's going on? Do I have no lands in my deck? Is this... Did I... What? Okay, this is a garbage hand, but we're at 5. Do we mull to 4? We don't know what D-Star's on. 23 lands, by the way. No, we won't even have to do the math, but just know that it's unlikely. That's less than a 1%er right there. I mean, I'll keep it. You can draw Snoop and just be in good shape. I guess I throw back the Stomping Ground. The other option is to keep Masked Vandal, but Masked Vandal doesn't even do anything when you can't get a thing into the graveyard. If this is blue-white control, I mean, maybe we'll be okay. I'm tempted to play Blood Crypt tap because I don't know what they're on. So I'm just going to do that and then play Copperline Gorge the next 2 turns. It's very unlikely that there's something that could punish us for that, but maybe we'll find it. Oh, I also... When I was brewing this, I meant to add another, maybe Overgrown Tomb. Oh, but I think that was in the version without Vial. You can actually Vial and Grist as well, I think, because it is a 1/1 creature. All right, so this is control, which means we can take this slow start, no problem. We're just trying to run them out of cards. There's been a big uptick of Control and Tron in the leagues lately. Oh, it's not Control. Okay, well, This munitions expert would have been sick, but next turn. We don't have Tarfire's main. We have one in the board, though. I mention that because a 4-mana play that you can do is Matron into Tarfire. If they just pass here, I may just pass back. Because, like, the best thing we can do is play Munitions Expert. And what is the spirit that counters stuff? I'm wondering if I should get in for one. Oh man, why can't I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's got 3 toughness, but I'm not sure. I would trade this ignoble for it, so we're gonna do that. It's very unlikely that we get punished for that attack, so we're taking it. And by just passing, we may, like... Yeah, okay. Drogskull Captain. Other spirit creatures you control get +1/+1 and have hexproof. So we're just going to kill this as they're tapped out right here, because it's other spirits. So while they don't have mana for any, you know, tricks, we'll get them with our own trick. And now next turn, we can actually, if they tap out again, we can Matron and grab another Munitions Expert, because we'll have 5 mana. So you can see, it's not that Ignoble isn't powerful in later stages of the game, it's just that a lot of games go a lot faster than Spirits. So I imagine they're targeting my Noble, and they are. So we won't be able to Matron plus Expert now, but that's okay. They only have 1 blue mana open, so we're going to resolve whatever we play. Am I supposed to just play? So they've used up their likely 1 piece of removal. I don't know if you keep hands based on having double Skyclave Apparition, but would you have Skyclaved a Noble? I don't think you would Skyclave a Noble if you didn't have another piece of removal. So we're going to Matron for another Munitions Expert here and pass the turn, take a couple damage. Yeah, I think that's our goal. This could be, they have a 1-drop blue spirit, right? It doesn't actually matter, but I think they do. I think it's got like that Curse Catcher type ability. Yeah, we can get Munitions Expert. So another deck building angle that I've been exploring since we were talking about 3-drops and Grist and stuff like that is Imperial Recruiter. Imperial Recruiter actually tutors for every single card or creature in our deck. The only thing is you don't get to draw them off of Ringleaders. So, okay. So, this is, as expected, Spell Queller. The card name comes to me as they leave the mana up. So they definitely have a... Oh, this is just a 3/3 on the ground. Okay. So they definitely have a Spell Queller here. It's like... I have 4 mana. I don't think that they have another piece of removal beyond Spell Queller based on how they've played this, although they could. Because I could have blocked. So I'm going to try to kill... I'm going to pretend to try to kill this Supreme Phantom. And then when they counter this, I'm going to play Snoop. And we'll have them dead next turn. And we're just hoping... We don't have a way to block, so we do have to win, like, ASAP. We don't have a way to block most of their spirits. They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage in the air, so this is, like, our last turn that we're going to get. So we're kind of forced to pull the trigger here either way, and getting Snoop into play is real important. I imagine we'll see them crack this silent clearing, unless they just have it, and if they just have it, we're dead. Because we're not going to be able to block 2 turns in a row. And by have it, I mean removal for the Snoop. Life without parole. I'm gonna try. Drogskol Captain. Okay, so that gives them the 3 more damage they needed in the air. That's 12, or yeah, 10. Man, wishing I had chumped the Skyclave Apparition, but I don't think I could have and gotten away with it. All these are actually flying too, so we're just dead here. The math is for blockers, and I want to make sure that I did it right. So I'm just going to block. So, against Spirits, Fatal Push you want, Tarfire you want. Sting Scourger is not great. Thoughtseize could be okay if we're just trying to combo them ASAP. And that's like one route to take. But Pyre is probably too slow. Mogwarts Marshal can't actually block them, and Mass Vandal doesn't do anything. I think this is fine. I think this covers both our angles. I think it buys us a little bit of time, and I think it gets us to combo. You know what? If we're trying to combo, though, maybe Pyre is worse, and maybe we just, like, we can side out this one Realm Walker, just so we have ways to, more ways to find the missing combo pieces. So we'll go first. We also mulled to 5 there, by the way. It looks like we might be on our way to do that again. Okay, we're gonna keep this. It makes our stuff uncounterable, but wow. It is, like, so painful to get these hands. I guess I'll just keep Double Vial. How's it going, Corey? Good to see you. We're just, like, mulling to oblivion almost. I don't want to go to 5 again, because I don't know what they've brought in to deal with me, but it's, like, likely gonna slow the game down a little bit, I would think. Just more removal, I imagine. Alright, so they ending our Vial. It's fine. We have another one. Oh my god. It's just... Alright, well, if we lose this one, it has nothing to do with the changes to the deck, so that's good at least. We saw 0 lands on our first 2 hands. Our first 2 sevens in game 1, and still almost won. I wonder if that's a sideboard card, or if they just play this and didn't care. Like, it's unblockable, but, like, it doesn't actually interact with us beyond that. And they have a bunch of flying creatures that are unblockable. I guess I can't kill it. Okay, so, we've already showed them this Matron. Our whole combo will be uncounterable, and they don't currently have a Rattle Chains. So we're going to use this opportunity to just search up Boggart Harbinger and pray. Normally our Vial would be on 2 already, but they prismed the first one. So we'll see if this is good enough. I kind of half expect them to just play a land here and, like, nothing. All right, double Sanctifier hand, but it actually doesn't, again, like I said, it doesn't do anything to us. Not even as good as Auriok Champion. Ooh, okay. I mean, that's exciting either way. So we'll just fetch up. Just cast this. Just pretend that we're doing things other than Oh, this gives us a second chance at it, too. Alright, double Snoop. Vile on 2. We're not ticking up Vile next turn if they leave up... Well, no, if they leave up mana... What are the chances that they're on Path these days? I don't imagine that people are playing... Although, Murktide's big. Maybe they're on Path. But if I can get them to tap out... Well, no, if I can get them to tap out, it doesn't do anything, does it? Okay, so that looks like a Path. I don't know if they're actually playing Path. But it's not a counterspell. So I can safely leave Vile on 2, is what that means. Oh my god, and there's another Snoop on top. Maybe I do? They would need, like, 2 pieces of removal? So... Okay, so here's what we do. This is the safest way to do this, I think. Now that Vile's on 3, 1 Path doesn't beat us. Yeah, they shouldn't have let this Vile take up to 3. So, we're gonna play Snoop. And then we're gonna play Snoop. And then we're just gonna pass the turn. Because if these Snoops survive, if even one of them survives, we get the combo. You just keep doing it. You never have to shuffle because of Path. It doesn't look like they had Path. Although maybe they think that it's going to force me to shuffle, so... we can do it at our upkeep, but we don't need to. We're going to do it just on our turn, I suppose. So they don't have a third land, which I assume means that they were on some sort of removal. We don't want to tick up Vile. I almost said yes. So we draw Matron. I don't believe there's a reason not to just cast it, but they could be on Subtlety. So we'll Vile this in. And from here, I don't know. I guess they could be on Solitude Ephemerate, which would be annoying, but... we'll go... I think we're supposed to start it in our end step. Because right now, they can... Is there something I could tutor with Matron that fixes that, though? Yeah, Skirk. So I could just, like... Oh, no, but then Skirk just gives me infinite mana. I play... Doesn't really do anything, does it? Okay, so we'll go to our end step. We'll make a copy of 1. So that worked. That worked. So what I'm trying to avoid here is losing to a Path on Boggart Harbinger, but so we're gonna make all of our things here. Would you consider going off in their end step? So even if they Path the Harbinger on top, you could do that for sure. But this is just as safe. Like, we knew they pretty much couldn't kill us. So here, what happens is we make all of these targets, all of these tokens, and then the only place they can interact with us is by pathing our Boggart Harbinger in response. But we have 2 more Snoops that we can respond to the path with, so we just win here. I didn't have to do it in their end step. I don't know why I went to their end step. I was just like trying to induce something out of them, like make them make a mistake somehow. So we're just gonna get 20 tokens and kill him. And we'll be on to game 3. I don't know. Do you think they regret this sideboard plan? Because like I feel as if we won specifically because they played double Sanctifier and we don't care about it. And those could have been like anything. Those could have been other spirits to attack and get buffed or whatever. And they probably kept the hand based on that. So this is at least 20. So we'll go to target our Harbinger. And it just resolves. There's no issue. Are they gonna... Alright. Target them, save targets. Just start sacking all the tokens. So. Crime Punishment does kill things like Sanctifier, but I don't think that that's relevant or necessary. Wow. Principe, rating with a party of 237. Thank you. I appreciate it. I saw you guys were on Tron. I was actually watching earlier. I don't speak whatever language you speak. But I was watching you earlier. Glad to see you. We're playing Spirits. And, well, we are playing Goblins. We're playing against Spirits. We're trying out Grist the Hungering Tide and Realm Walker as sort of a 5th conspicuous snoop today to go with our Hierarch plan. But we're in game 3. We'll take a look. Thank you, everybody, for the follows. Eli Sylvia, what up? Mr. Grey Fox, you speak Portuguese. That's what I thought. Because I couldn't even place it. That's the language I have the hardest time with. This hand, you can see here why I talk about, like, this is like a really good example of why I was saying that Hierarch is not, all these follows rolling in. Thank you, everybody. WV Castro, Sibovic 07. This is why I'm saying that cards like Thoughtseize, like, although they help you when you have Snoop in hand, they're not exciting with Hierarch. Like, I think we just lose if we keep this hand, so we have to mulligan. I appreciate that, Palupranos. And this hand, this can get there, so we'll see. I mean, we have to draw. We have a couple redraws. We have a couple redraws with fetch lands, but we're just going to be sitting and hoping to draw some stuff. Bermudez 1978, thank you for the follow. Everybody, I appreciate it. I love hearing that little goblin squeal. We're just going to start on Cavern. If we draw untapped lands that aren't fetches, we get even more redraws with Snoop, so we'll see. And by redraws, I mean, this is game 3, yeah. By redraws, for those who haven't seen it, so like Snoop obviously reveals the top of your library, and you can play goblins off the top of it. So you can crack fetches before you draw it, or you can just crack fetches to try and find Kiki Jiki or Boggart Harbinger. So when we finally do vial this in, if this vial survives even, we'll have basically 3 extra draws at our combo, which is probably the only way we're winning this particular game. I have aggroed out Spirits before on some... Oh, that's not a good draw. I don't actually want to draw it, I just want to see it on top. Okay, we're just going to pass. This would be like the timeliest Prismatic Ending for them, but they don't have white mana. But if they Prismatic Ending our Vial, it would be pretty sad. As it stands, if we got to 5 mana, does Kiki even do anything? I mean, obviously not with the cards in hand. I guess we could, like, construct some kind of munitions expert. Brainstorm? Yeah, if only. Only Goblins ever played the Brainstorm colors. We don't play Razorfin Goblin, though. For those of you who know what that one. Activated abilities of creatures can't be activated. And I did not side in any of... I actually sided out all of my Artifact hate, because who knew that they were playing Cursed Totem? This is what we'd want to see. Okay. So what does that mean here for us? It means we are just going to have to draw as many cards as we can. So let's put Snoop into play here and see if we can find goblins on top. Bloodstained Mire is not a goblin. We'll find a basic. Stomping Ground, also not a goblin. Grist, okay. I mean, Grist maybe can take over this game? And it's not a creature when it's in play, so there's that. I think I'm going to leave that Grist on top, which means... Well, it means I need black mana. And it also means I need green mana, but I have both of those. So we'll just wait. I could just Violet, that's true. I wonder... I guess I'll Violet and I'll play Ringleader? Yeah, that's pretty sick. Now you do have to Vile main phase, because you want to be able to use the ability. Wow, this is a new exciting time. So they kept a 2-lander with no white mana for sideboard cards. We'll take it up. We'll draw this Grist. Another Snoop off the top. So, if I... Do I want to kill this Shacklegeist? I don't even think I care. I think we're just going to race. But I could... If I plus Grist, it's going to die to the Shacklegeist eventually. But I want to draw as many cards as possible. So we'll play this Snoop. As flying kills Grist, yeah, I'm aware. Most of their stuff does. Like if this is a Rattle Chains, like this Grist is gonna actually just die immediately, which is pretty bad. So maybe let's see if we could find a Munitions Expert on top. I don't like that Munitions Expert would die immediately. Let's just get a basic Swamp. It's not going to matter. No. Okay. So we'll attack. We'll see. Maybe we can, like, get their Rattle Chains out of them. Maybe I just Violin Grist at end step. That's, like, definitely possible. This is a real tough call. Because, like, I want to kill this, but sacking my creature and then getting blown out by Rattlechain's Hexproof is, like, really bad. So we're just going to wait. But we are going to Violin Grist at their end step. Yeah, right? Isn't that nuts? End step Planeswalker? Like, damn, what can you do? So we sent the Rattlechains, and we got paid off for it. Imagining the worst case scenario, it's good to see them have it, even though it sucks that they have it, because like we kind of just delayed our own game plan to avoid this. At this point, I don't think we can play around the Rattlechains in any possible way, but they don't have it. They're just gonna buff their team. And we're probably yeah, all right. We'll kill the Supreme Phantom, I think. We can also Kiki Jiki next turn, which is interesting. Yeah, I'll take up. We're gonna play this anti-topple by revealing Ringleader, and then Violin Ringleader. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh no, I can't do anything. Kiki Jiki doesn't do anything because of Curse Totem. I was like, oh shit, we have the combo, and I had the emote ready. But, I forgot. Wait, no, that's not it. Zan GGI had it? Yeah. But that's just for when Kiki shows up to the top of the deck. So, we'll reveal this Ringleader. We're going to draw Kiki Jiki. It's not going to be exciting. Even though we could play Kiki Jiki off the top, I'd rather play other things. There you go. There you go. It's like kind of exactly what you hope for. So we'll play this. So the idea behind Wrist is also supported by munitions experts and matrons. So like you play munitions expert, it does its thing, and then it's kind of just sitting in play. Cursed Totem stops us from doing the combo. Yeah, Gray Fox. Thank you, Polychronos. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Brady Connor, thank you for the follow. So, what are we doing? We are probably just going to tutor another munitions expert, Mystical Pot. Thank you for the follow. Let's get another munitions expert. We have a Tarfire on top, and we'll play that at our upkeep. We'll just sack. We can't make copies of anything. Maybe they'll bounce one of our creatures, so we'll sack. We'll sack Matron instead of Expert, and just get in for 6. I think we're still winning this race, even though we're pretty low. Especially now that we have a munitions expert. We're gonna play Tarfire off the top, Kiki Jiki, Viled in next turn, and a munitions expert, so we should be okay. I think. You're a bad deck builder and Twitch addicted. Wow, guys are going at it in the chat. That's rough. I'm a bad deck builder too, though, so, I mean, I'm playing Goblins. I try my best. It's like, a lot of people play Goblins just because they're fun and cute, and I'm trying to like make them as good as Elementals as in Modern right now. And you get a lot of pushback from people that don't want to see you mess up their baby. You're building 8-Whack? Yo, that's on the Discord too. Check out the Discord. It gets linked all the time in chat by my bot. I talk to those 8-Whack guys. Oh no, at upkeep I was supposed to play Tarfire. It's not going to matter. We'll start with this Tarfire. Because they might Spell Queller here. Yeah, so they Spell Queller. And we have a munitions expert. So let's just use this while we can, right? Yeah, we can still cast this off the top. We'll kill the Spell Queller. Get the blockers out of the way. Are they just dead? Yeah, they just concede. All right, Grist was pretty cool there. I enjoyed it. So here's the deck list. We cut all of the like Bad Lords and the Pashalik Mons for 2 Grist and a Realm Walker. And we also have a 23rd land. We're just trying to get better cards that, like, you're excited to keep a hand with Ignoble Hierarch and them in them. So, like, right now when you mulligan, you're basically only looking for Snoop and Vile. And then, like, those hands are good and keepable, and you're like, obviously Snoop and Harbinger are good. But we're looking for more hands that are that good. So Hierarch right now, when we had it, it seems good, but then, like, playing a Matron on turn 2 is not that cool. Playing a Harbinger on turn 2 is actually really bad. So we just wanted cards that are good to play on turn 2 when you have an Ignoble Hierarch. I've been enjoying Goblins, but I've never seen it played or played it myself. How does it work, and what does it suffer to? Okay. I know you guys came here from Principe's stream. Goblins has a 90-10 matchup against Tron. We beat Tron almost every single time because they don't play main deck interaction, and our turn 3 combo is really consistent and easy to do, and sometimes their payoffs don't even touch our board. So it's really good against Tron, it's really good against Control, it's really good against like kind of random garbage that people are going to bring to Modern events, and by that I mean like affinity type decks, like decks with creatures. Like, we're better than them. We draw way more cards, we gum up the board, we have a combo to finish the game really quickly and go over the top of their constructs. Like, just random jank decks, like, you're gonna beat almost all the time. If somebody's, you know, they want to bring vampires. Merfolk is a little bit harder because they're unblockable and they're pretty fast, like spirits. but we're pretty much the best tribed out there, except elementals now. So Carador, I'm going to address that in a second, because I was on that wavelength and I steered away from it. So what is Goblins bad against? We're bad against red decks. We're bad against elementals, and we're like pretty even against all of the combo decks like Titan and Hammer, and that have their own fast combo, because it's kind of just we look at each other and whoever has the combo first wins. But like Ragavan, DRC, Blue-Red Blitz, Blue-Red Murktide, and this is like the 5th time this has happened on stream. I'm running 23 lands. I don't know what's going on. But we got to mulligan this. I don't want to see my sideboard. So it's good against all that stuff. We're bad against Lurrus mid-range decks? Yes and no. This is a decent hand. I don't like it, but I'll keep it. I guess to keep our mana like the least painful, but make sure we can also cast Grist, I'll throw back Blood Crypt. We're not bad against Lurrus mid-range decks just like by itself. It depends on the flavor. Like Jund, we beat Jund. Jund Death Shadow, we're good against. It's like, it's more even now than it used to be, because a lot of their cards got a lot better. But like Jund used to be a match that we were excited to see. Like Kroxa is really hard to deal with, but it's one of the reasons we're running 4 ley lines. I guess you just have to play Copperline Gorge now, and this hand is looking awful against Mishra's Bauble Burn. So anyway, Carador mentioned something about Thoughtseize as something to do with the extra mana on Ignoble. So it's not that Thoughtseize isn't a good card to cast. It's always a good card to cast. And when you have a Conspicuous Snoop in your hand, you're excited to cast Thoughtseize with your extra mana, because that means you get to play your Snoop safely. But what about when your hand is like, right now, I kept this hand because I had Snoop Matron, right? And that's a keepable hand. What if my hand was Ignoble Hierarch and Thoughtseize? It's not a keepable hand. It's not even close. The card is not good enough by itself to make you just want to keep it. And here, like this kind of showcases what our big problem is. Ooh. I was going to say we're just going to play Snoop, and it's going to die. And we're going to continue to get wrecked. Is this actual burn, though? If this is actual burn... Like, none of our stuff is surviving, but we can block, and if they point a removal spell at Snoop, we're fine with that. But the sooner I get this Hierarch into play, the better, I'm guessing. It's, like, not great. It could be right to cast Snoop here, because it blocks Dragon's Rage Channeler. But I'm going to cast the Hierarch. They didn't reveal Lurrus, but that doesn't mean that they don't have it. A lot of burn players like to be smart and not reveal Lurrus game 1, but they could have also just forgot. I've misclicked that on Magic Online. But yeah, so, and yeah, anti-tobbles are really expensive. I don't know how it happened, but so like I was saying, you're excited to play Thoughtseize, but you can't keep a hand just because you have Noble plus Thoughtseize, right? So we're looking for cards that, like, if we were to play them on turn 2, just them, for the full 3 mana, would be exciting. How's it going, Maury? Thank you for the follow. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Gray Fox. Have a good one. Hope to see you again. So, like, Thoughtseize just doesn't cut it a lot of the time for the way the deck works. If we were playing, like, 8 discard spells, like the decks used to last year, like, maybe. We're just gonna get destroyed here. This is, like, this is kind of like the nut perfect hand. I mean, and we're not even set up to beat this deck anymore. We kind of just, like, tanked this matchup. It was already, like, 35%er for us, as far as my old stats showed. But this is not going well. I guess they have 1 card in hand, so I can just, like, cross my fingers and pray. We'll see. They put one card on bottom and one card on top. I mean, there it is. If they don't have it, they don't have it. We're about to find out. I didn't know it was ever $50. Damn. Doesn't look like they have it yet. They probably put that Manamorphose on top. We might just be dead, though. Because I can't block at all. 7, 8, 9. What you got? Land? No. Another Manamorphose. Alright, I should be F6 because I'm not responding to anything. This is, this is one of those times. This is a very modern game, I would say. Where it's like, we're just looking at each other and we both know that one of us is dead. But we don't know which one yet. It looks like it might be them. This is 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. Now, this last thing in their hand could be Bolt, but I'm never beating that because it's a prowess trigger anyway, so definitely going for it. I guess, is there a way for us to play around Lava Dart here? No, they would kill us with Lava Dart. Oh, it was a land. Damn, GG. I'm giving them the GG. Already. There you go. We got him. This is how you steal games from Blue-Red, but this is not often how it turns out. We'll see what happens. They don't have a Lava Dart in the yard, right? No. So, not bad. Yeah, stealing game 1 is great. So the way you beat this deck used to be that you could gum up the board with Mog War Marshals and just like kind of block, but Dragon's Rage Channeler takes that and kind of throws it out the window. So we might just be dead. I don't think I want Fatal Push. I might want Crater Maker. I mean, Grist is going to help a little bit here. So what some people do, and I'm not sure that this is correct versus Blue-Red without Murktide, is they board out Aether Vial and they board in Leyline of the Void. I'm not sure that that's the way we want to go, but we're going to start by removing 2 Harbingers and a Vandal, because the combo is very unlikely. They play a lot of removal, even though we just got it, but it's not likely. Vial is often too slow against them, and the instant speed doesn't matter. But Pyre of Heroes has the same issue. I'm thinking a lot of people like to board out a land on the draw. That's something I could do. I'm thinking Vial is a little bit too slow. So now I'm still thinking, do I want these ley lines? They're like such bad top decks. But so are Aether Vials. And I'm saying that they're too slow. Huh. I think Aether Vial helps us with enough Munitions Expert hands that I don't want to take out all of them. Maybe I'm supposed to board out this Realm Walker. A Barrel of Monkeys, thank you for the follow. And like just try to mise like 1 or 2 of these ley lines. I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. We're gonna try that. Just 1. I mean, if it's in our opener, we'll feel like geniuses, but otherwise it's just like kind of a landmine in our deck. What are the chances that this Noble survives? Pretty low. The thing that makes this hand like look okay is that you have Munitions Expert Hierarch and you have Sling Gang Lieutenant, which is a way to like really stabilize. I don't. If we don't draw land, we're just dead though. I'm very tempted to keep this. What do you guys think? Do I keep this? It's one of those hands where, like, you have a couple ways to get there. We have 2 draws at 22 lands. It's, like, not the unlikeliest. But... chance of Noble surviving is imaginary. That's true. But it's only 1 land we need. Alright, we'll mulligan. I don't like it, but we'll mulligan. This hand is garbage! Hand is so bad. This hand is way worse than the other one. This hand is way worse. You know why this hand is worse than the other one? I'd be surprised if many people knew. This hand is worse than the other one. Number 1, because most of our lands are painful, and we're gonna have to shock ourselves for Hierarch. But also, we're down from a 22 outer. Ooh, okay, I'll do that. We're down from a 22 outer to like a 4 outer because I need to draw Munitions Expert for this hand to be good. You know what I mean? Like, putting yourself in the situation where you need to draw a land is usually better than, you know, the reverse where it's like, oh, I need to draw a specific like action card. That being said, that's not always the case on mulligans, but yeah, I don't want to. We're stuck with this one now, so it doesn't matter. I guess if I reveal this Hierarch, I can like fake that I have a Munitions Expert. I don't know if that will make them play any differently, but we'll see. Because you wouldn't do that. The Goblins part of the deck is super cheap, Mystical Pot. It's the mana base. I would recommend proxying all of it, to be honest. It's like Vials, what? They'll reprint them as Fortnite cards eventually. It'll be like, what do they call the plane in Fortnite? It'll be that. You'll put crate counters on it, your creatures will come into play. So if they were to point a bolt, see, this is a bad play, and Jiglio, thank you for the follow. I look at your Ponza decks and I say, how can somebody enjoy Ponza this much? I used to play Scred and I had to quit because I lost to Tron too many times after landing Blood Moon, and so I'm not allowed to play Ponza anymore, just because of my own self. This is not going well, this game. So I just want to go back to the commentary. They made a really bad play. They have 1 land, and it's a mountain, and I totally represented that I had a Munitions Expert by revealing the Hierarch and then vialing it in. Like, if I, in response, kill, you know, their Monastery Swiftspear there, like, they got nothing. I guess maybe they had mutagenic growth. Now it makes sense. It wasn't a bad play. But they did call my bluff really hard. What am I going to do here? So there's an upkeep trick where we can like stack our deck and decide what we're drawing. Where you vial and Harbinger at upkeep, which we're going to do. I wonder what I'm getting. It's the only reason I have an upkeep stop, by the way. I hate having the upkeep stop, but it's a necessary evil. So, what do I want to draw? They don't have lands, so they have a handful of spells. If I get Sling-Gang Lieutenant, I'm like... If I get Sling-Gang Lieutenant, I'm buying... I wouldn't say the most time, because they'll probably just kill the Sling-Gang Lieutenant with this Lava Dart. So I guess I just have to get Ringleader, which kind of sucks. I mean, War Marshal is like okay, but we have no cards in hand, so we have to reload, yeah, as Revel suggested. I want to not get a Shockland here. If I draw a Hierarch, I can't play it till next turn anyway, so who cares? We don't have a basic forest in the deck. Because... Wow, okay. Alright. I guess I guess that's how it's gonna be. We're not gonna... We know they have Lava Dart, but I kinda... Wow, okay. They don't even care. It's like, they know I'm dead. No, that is not the current deck list, Mystical Pot. I'll show it to you after this. In fact, let me click that link myself so that I can update it if you guys are into it. I normally don't put the new stuff here. Like, that's the stuff that I would, you know, call stock. Stuff that's like tried and tested. That 61 card list there, if you took that to any event, you wouldn't be upset. All the cards do stuff. I'm just dead. Good game. But I'm testing new stuff today. Long time no see. Hey, G-Fellow. How are Goblins feeling? Well, I think this is the deck list if you want to screenshot it, but I will I'll get this one up there in a minute. Goblins are feeling... It's kind of a coin flip. That's really what it comes down to. We're not favored against any blue-red deck. We're not really favored against any Ragavan deck. And against the combo decks, you can beat them with your turn 3 combo, but you're kind of mulling to that, right? So it's like, all those mashups are sort of 50-50-ish, which isn't bad. Yeah, Sting Scourger is in here because of Reanimator, and you can get Cauldron tokens with it, and Murktide, you bounce it, you buy yourself some time, they just have a 4/4. I guess you could bring it in here, actually. I wasn't even thinking about it, but you could bring it in against the Big Bird. I guess Sting Scourger is probably better than this one of Leyline of the Void for Big Bird. It's good against creativity. Yeah, that's true too. It's never come up, but that is true. We'll play first. This hand is interesting. So the thing is, Pyre of Heroes is really, really strong. Like, really, really strong, but it's a 4-mana play. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to play Hierarch, and then we're going to play Mog War Marshal, and then hopefully these Munitions Experts will carry us. So this is a keep. Unfortunately, I'm starting at 17. Pyre is very slow, but what Pyre does is it puts you in situations where any Goblin will win you the game. We're only playing one of them because you definitely don't want two, and it basically costs 4 mana to play because it's 2 to play, 2 to activate. But once this Munitions Expert does its job, you can turn Munitions Expert into a Goblin Matron, which finds you another Munitions Expert. So in the really slow, grindy games, Munitions Expert, or Pyre of Heroes is like borderline unbeatable. Okay, I think this is gonna allow me to save the most life and get the most diverse colors of mana. So I'm just gonna play Hierarch again, and we'll fetch a Blood Crypt tapped. Hopefully we draw another land too. Yeah, Noble doesn't survive. That's part of it. But the more cards you have that people are forced to kill, the more likely your combo becomes. And you know, when it doesn't get killed, you want to take advantage of that best you can. Okay, we can actually kill that. We need 5 goblins in play. That's rough. They put 2 cards on the bottom though, so that's like a bright spot. The reason we need 5 goblins is because it has prowess and they have Lava Dart. So when they cast their Lava Dart, it's gonna kill any one of our goblins that we play, and then pump their guy. So that's one of the reasons this is tough. But okay, they choose to do it now, so that's okay, I guess. Let's do this before we forget. Blood Crypt, no. We used to play Terminates for this matchup, but people haven't been playing Stormwing Entity. We used to play Chalice of the Voids. It was okay, you still lost sometimes. We're just gonna keep stacking goblins into play until we can hopefully kill Stormwing Entity with this and not be too scared. A land would have been good, but Mogg War Marshal's not too bad either. They have 6 cards in hand and 1 land, which is a little bit scary because those must all be lightning bolts, right? So, not paying Echo. And we'll attack, and I don't think... The question is, do I go for it now and play the Munitions Expert and just, like, pull whatever they've got out of their hand? I don't think so. I think assuming they're on a removal spell is fine, and just playing a second Mogg War Marshal is the way to go. We can kind of race this as is, which is, like, unlikely. I don't think that that's gonna... I don't think that that's gonna be how this game ends. But if they have, like, land, bolt, bolt here, which is not too unlikely given that they've played nothing, we're dead. Looks like we're just taking 3. So now... Do I just pass and wait for them to tap? Oh, they tap here. So when I kill Stormwing, unfortunately that's going to give them... a land would be so good here. Because when I kill Stormwing, Dragon Rage Channeler is going to become a 3/3 flyer. And I really could use a land. Oh, it's like a fake land. Damn it. I guess I could wait until their turn, and then they need 2 removal spells, or like a Fire Ice, which means they need a land, and I could like block Dragon's Rage and Stormwing. I think that's the play, just because I don't think killing this to take 3 in the air is like actually gonna... It's not even treading water. You're not getting ahead at all. Oh, I should have attacked. I should have attacked with at least 2 or 3 of them. But I am planning on blocking. Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe I'm just gonna... Alright, no, I wasn't supposed to attack. I wasn't supposed to attack. That's, They may just find Delirium here anyway. What do I do? I can still... I mean, they're going to have to tap out. They're already tapped out, so they're going to have to cast the second Prowess spell to get it out of range, like off of the mana they already have in their pool. So they did find Delirium. So unfortunately, we don't get to... we don't get to kill both of them. We're going to be surviving... Oh, I have to make black mana? We're going to be surviving at 1. And if we draw a land, you're going to see the power of Pyre of Heroes. Is it unlikely they attack? Some people might bolt, like, in combat. But yeah, it is unlikely. That's... that is true. But I don't think it's unlikely that we win this game without them making mistakes and stuff, so... Oh, we're just dead. Alright, good game. There was no way out of that one. If we drew a land, we actually are, like... I don't want to say favored, but we're really close to getting there, just because Pyre and Munitions Expert can get us to... what's the name of the card? Sling Gang Lieutenant pretty quickly. And, like, just gaining a couple life. If we fade 1 turn, we would have had it, but that's a real bad matchup for us, so it's not too unexpected. That's like, where is my... I have an image. I'm gonna show you my desktop and hope there's nothing embarrassing on it. This was my record before Modern Horizons 2 dropped and Is It Blitz was huge. You can see here, we were really favored against Mono Green Tron. and pretty unfavored against Izzyblitz. Now, I learned to play it over the course of this season, so like we're a little bit better than this lets on, but yeah, this is like, and also Mill, fuck Mill. But who cares about your Mill matchup? That's a going mana symbol. Yeah, of course I am. I'm the only Zamgeef that exists. I am the only Zamgeef that exists. Thank you for the follow, mana symbol. I love talking to other streamers and stuff, and today we got the big old raid from Y Principe, which is nice. Principe. Wow, this is like the 6th or 7th time this has happened on stream. Just like opening hand, no lands, 23 lands in the deck. What are you gonna do? This is a decently powerful hand. They kept 7, Phoenix 444. You thought it'd be Russian? You think it's Principe? XYZ? Ah! Portuguese is a wild language. I don't understand any of it. That's true for most languages, but I have a real hard time with Portuguese. XYZ Principe. That kind of makes sense. So here, what are we gonna do? We have to throw back something. 2 Hierarchs is pretty exciting, but I'd rather draw a land, but the chance of it surviving is low. So it's like maybe you just throw back Ringleader and you can Matron for a Ringleader if you really need to. You kind of need to draw good no matter what. Yeah, Zamgeef is a huge thick boy from Street Fighter. That's true. But much like you are not a water droplet running around, I'm not a giant Russian wrestler. That's what I thought. Principa. Like, usually Romance languages, which Portuguese sort of is, the E would be a hard E like that. But I know Spike says Principe. Oh, this is Tron. Well, we're really favored against Tron, even though I groan whenever I have to play it. If they don't have, like, a board wipe type payoff, we're probably gonna win, because we're gonna give them a hard time. We just need... Well, actually, I was gonna say we're gonna search for Snoop with this Matron, but that's only half the combo. We're in full-on find the combo mode right now. Yes, Portuguese definitely is, but it's actually so different from Spanish, which I vaguely know that I always see it and I'm just like, yeah, there's no way I can't even begin to understand the pronunciation of that word. AO is an N sound, and it's just like, what? It's not even an N sound that I can make with my mouth. It's actually very tough. Like, not a regular N sound. Okay. Well, we know they've got the Tron, and it's a mismatched Tron just for the Rubbins. Mismatched Tron for the Rubbins. I guess I'm supposed to just pray and like search for Snoop. I don't have Crater Maker main board anymore, which sucks. Do I continue putting on pressure, or does the damage not matter? I'm willing to say the damage doesn't matter as well. I put Masked Vandal main instead of Crater Maker today for the cute higher value with Grist, which was just to test that out and see if I could get it once. I do believe Crater Maker main is way better. I think we're just going to have to pray and hope that this game is over sooner rather than later. Do I want to play this Vial? If I wanted to play this Vial, I probably should have gotten another Matron, to be honest, but I don't think I want to play this Vial. I don't think I want to play this Vial. This might be a mistake. This might be where all the wheels come off. Portuguese, you have this sound, the A with the little, I'm going to call it an Enye. I don't know what you call that little tilde on top. And it confuses people? Yeah, that's the one. That's exactly the one I'm talking about. It's vaguely similar to Spanish, but when I read the words and I I meet the people, I'm just like, it's a lot like, you ever try to learn, I've had like a couple Asian girlfriends over the years, and they inevitably try to teach me Chinese, and it's tonal. And they'll say something like, and you try to repeat it back to them, you know, just because it's cute to learn other phrases in other languages, and they're like, no, you have to say it like this. And they say the same exact word, but it's like, it's one of the different tones, and I just, I can't even pick up on it. And I'm good with accents and stuff, that stuff kills me. Yeah, that's what I always figured, Mystical Pot, but knowing the very small amount of Spanish I do, I can't understand any Portuguese. Written, it's like, maybe, but no. Man. And I deal with really nice Portuguese guy at work, and I always feel bad because I know I'm saying his name totally wrong. But I think his name is Joao, right? His name is J. I'll write it. And I assume when other people say that to me, they call him Joao, right? Because like, that's close, right? Yeah. But I think it's closer to Juan than it is to that pronunciation that I just said. The GB sound? I don't even know. I don't know what that is. I haven't seen it before. Okay, double Snoop. All they have is Oblivion Stone. Oblivion Stone kills all permanents? All permanents. They can activate it. So that's not good. Our only hope is that they choose to cast something else. But I guess we're feeling kind of smart for not playing the Aether Vial, because we'll get to like rebuild, but the chance that their hand is not got more payoffs in it is not good. Yeah, I've seen it. It's just not a sound that I've been able to make. I should like look it up on YouTube and spend like 10 minutes just doing it. I'm sure I could get it eventually. It reminds me, I watch a lot of StarCraft, and if you look at the YouTube chat while they're doing the interviews, it's all just people going deh, like D-E-H, deh. But if you ask a Korean person, that's an N sound. It's not a D. Reminds me of that. It's so funny how that stuff like works out. Because deh, I think, is yes. It's like like she just constantly, she's interviewing these pro gamers, these pro Fortnite gamers. So who's got the inside scoop on what the Fortnite cards are gonna be? And can I play them in burn for maximum tiltage of my opponents? Can I splash them in burn if I have to? That's like kind of the dream. Pro Fortnite gamer burn. So this costs 5. I mean, we're gonna force them to activate it, right? Like, and if we can force them to do it, maybe they make a mistake. Nope. I was gonna say maybe there's like a Harbinger on top and they make a mistake, but no such luck. So they're gonna activate it here. I don't have a third land, and it's not coming. We know that. So playing Snoop kind of like not as good as playing Vial, so we'll play Vial. Likely just gonna get Ulamogged out of this game though. To the and Umbrella. Yeah, that's why I said it was closer to Juan than it was to Joao, right? But the J, you pronounce it like a H, I guess, like Hua, but I don't know. Phonemes. Yeah, that is the language. Elemental. All right, so game is over. I guess technically, and I should have checked, technically I could draw land, play Snoop, they attack me, all my combo pieces stay in my deck somehow, I play land, Boggart Harbinger's on top, and then we win. But I don't think that was happening in case that was not likely. So I just conceded. Crater Maker is really good against them. Thoughtseize is good against them. Grist and Realm Walker don't do anything. Pyre, so they play Karn the Great Creator, so I often shave 1 Pyre and 1 Vial. In this case, that brings us down to 0 Pyre. Although, maybe Mog War Marshal is worse. I could have also, at some point, grabbed Masked Vandal, but the way that game worked out was that they popped O-Stone and then killed us immediately anyway, so we didn't even have Goblins in the graveyard to take out their O-Stone, even if they had made a mistake. But they played that well, so I'm assuming we're going to be dead here. Well, no, we're not going to be dead. We actually have a really good chance to still win this game. I don't want to talk down on the deck, because, well, not with this hand, but Blood Moons and combos, that's what we're looking for. Well, there's a Blood Moon with 1 land. Why is it that I put 23 lands in the deck instead of 22, and I'm getting punished for it by not drawing any of them? If I were to keep this hand, I would keep Blood Moon Vial and just hope to either draw Snoop or land, and that's not very good, is it? Oh, okay. I'm reading your message, Mystical Pot. So it is like, alright. Ugh. Anyway. Back. I mean, do you mull to 4? I'm just getting pretty unlucky here. It's like, it's so crazy. It just keeps happening. Because this is a fine matchup. I showed you the stats. Do I keep? I don't know. So the chances of drawing a Snoop wins because we have Vial, right? We're keeping Hovel, Harbinger, Blood Moon, Vial. So drawing a Snoop would win. Drawing land would win. I think we just got a mulligan. I think this is what the London Mulligan was made for. This is like, whatever. I think this is it. We're kind of in the same boat, but we only need to draw 1 land. Here it is. The moment of truth. So Tron doesn't play a lot of interaction main board. What did they do? They kept 7? Oh my god. If they have an actual good 7, and not just like a, I don't know what I'm doing and I kept this 7/7, I won't be tilted, it's fine. It's just a game, guys. It's not even like there's a ladder. You can't go pro. You can't, I mean, you can't even win a victory royale in this game. Let's see what they got. If this is Tron Piece Sylvan Scrying, I'm probably dead. Going down to 4 is a rough... Okay, alright. Okay, I see how it is. So, Blood Moon would have been nice, but as opposed to trying to go for the combo. Like Drum? Oh, you're saying... I see. You're still talking about complex phonemes. My girlfriend's really into that. She'd be pretty excited. But I just like accents. I just like hearing English accents from all over the world. Yeah. It's a really hard name to say. You explained it, and like, I'm still, the transition between that sound and the O it's tough. So, I haven't tried it. We're dead. We're very dead to Tron. This is a fine matchup. Don't pay any attention to what you're actually seeing on the stream right now. I showed you the stats. We're 1 and 2 right now. Or, yeah. Oh well. That's like, that deck is the reason we're able to play Goblins right now, because Tron's running around. Can I try it without the O part? Like Jum? Like that? I mean, but I don't know how the O fits in there. It's like Jum. Jum. Without the O part. Hmm? Yeah, Joum. Oh, so Joum? Like, it's like 2 syllables? That's part of why it's so tough. First days are the hardest thing you work in. This is a good song. Alright, this is a keeper. They revealed Luris. The fact that we have 2 Snoops makes the Luris reveal hurt a little less. Just gonna play Copperline Gorge and pass. People hate on these Copperline Gorges. They feel good every time I've had them. Even when they're the 4th land, it's not that big a deal. Because if you're in the game where you're like, you need 4 mana, that's a long game anyway. Okay, are we just gonna get burned out? These are some of our hardest matchups. Especially now that we're 3 colors. When we were just 2 colors, they were easier. Because we didn't take so much damage from our mana base, and that's partly why I use Copperline Gorge. Eidolon? Play Eidolon. Nope. Alright. We're just gonna play another Snoop. What's the non-Crater Maker creature in the side? I will show you as soon as I play this Snoop out. I could have played Mog War Marshal instead of this. Maybe I'm supposed to, but usually against Burn, it's like you're kind of excited that they're pointing Burn at your creatures instead of your face. Sting Scourger? Sting Scourger is a really, really bad goblin that you play against people that are not playing fair. It looks like we win, unless they have Land Bolt. Oh, they might have Land Bolt here. We'll see, though. So Sting Scourger has Echo of 4. And when it enters the battlefield, you can... Yeah, alright, there goes Snoop. We're gonna shuffle, we're gonna grab... I guess a Stomping Ground? It's more likely that I need double black than double green. It really doesn't matter what I get at this point. But... pretend that we're playing bidding. And so at this point, we're dead to almost anything. But we will block for a while. We will be able to find... What's 3 mana? Are they putting Luris in their hand? Okay. I'll take it. We might get there. Not paying Echo, just going to play Ringleader. We're in search of Sling Gang Lieutenants here. A Sling Gang Lieutenant usually puts the game out of reach from Burn. In fact, is it possible that I'm supposed to just play Harbinger and put Sling Gang Lieutenant on top? Yes, I think it is. So we're going to put Sling Gang Lieutenant on top of our library. Because it gains us life, and we'll just play this Vial. We can actually attack. Sling Gang Lieutenant is slowly going to kill them as we block and sacrifice our goblins. Luris currently doesn't even get anything back. Was Aspiring Spike wrong this whole time? Is Luris a bad card? I don't think so. When I was... The exercise here, for people who missed the beginning of the stream, when you're mulliganing with goblins, a lot of your best hands are because they have Snoop and Vial in them, right? Or Snoop or Vial in them, really. Or Snoop plus Harbinger, which is the combo. There's not a lot of other exciting reasons to keep hands. There's just like kind of a lot of other mopey stuff going on. And that's Goblins, that's just how it goes. But we have this very powerful card, Ignoble Hierarch, that you want to play on turn 1, right? It's the most powerful time to play it. except when we have Ignoble Hierarch, it doesn't match up with any of our best hands, because the best thing to do on turn 2 is just play a 2-drop for us. We have no 3-drops that we're excited to go get in a normal Goblins list. So I'm trying out Realm Walker and Grist in those slots to see if we can get some keepable hands with Hierarch that don't have Snoop or Harbinger. Just because turn 2 Matron is like not exciting. You don't know what to tutor for yet. You can tutor for, you know, a combo piece that you're missing, but then you're devoted to the combo plan, and that's not always where you want to be, like here. So just like a strong card that stands on its own that costs 3 mana. That's the goal. So we're testing out Grist, and Realm Walker, which is, it should maybe be 3 of either of them or more. But right now I did the split, 2 Grist, 1 Realm Walker, to see if I was like not in a league, maybe I would just dump 3 Realm Walker or 3 Grist in and get a better idea. So do I just like force them to use the spell? I think I do. If they even have it. Okay. Oh, they just get it back with Lurrus, but that's fine. Like, I'm okay with them doing that for their turn. And I needed to block no matter what. So if they have a Bolt in their hand, we've prevented them from playing it for a turn. They probably have a ton of lands, though, is my guess. Yeah. They play it tapped, which says no Bolt to me, by the way. 8+2. So, if they have a Bolt, you'd think they would have shocked, because this promises to gain me a bunch of life. I guess I can attack again? I really want to kill this Lurrus ASAP. Well, I don't think it actually matters. I think we're gonna... If they don't have Bolt, we're like gonna start making copies of our Sling Gang Lieutenant. So, right now we can drain them for 6. So they're a virtual 9. Yes, I do have a YouTube channel. It's linked underneath the stream. It's mostly just me posting the VODs from here. But yeah, we played... Yesterday, I actually sleeved up my Goblins deck on stream. Getting ready for the FNMs that aren't actually happening. Okay. Here's a tough one. So, I need to gain some amount of life. How many Goblins do I sack? The answer is at least 1. And considering I'm not going to be able to stop their lifelink, I think I need to be able to double block and maybe triple block Lurrus. Although they're not going to attack with Lurrus, are they? But I think I'm just going to gain the 2 life here. They have 3 cards in hand. Yeah, getting the fetches is never bad. A lot of the pieces of Goblins are good in other decks. I think I just block here. Next turn, we're going to play this Ringleader, and then hopefully Violent and Munitions Expert to kill Lurrus. That's the plan. A lot of the expensive pieces, Cavern and Vial specifically, they fit into other creature strategies if that's what you're into. So it's like never the worst investment. That's not bad actually, because next turn we're gonna get to draw a Sling Gang Lieutenant, that means. So we'll play this Ringleader. Do we attack with the Ringleader? Ooh, that's good. So I don't think that they can even have anything in their hand that prevents this from working. So we'll just do this now. I told you that was the plan. My deck heard it. They said, you know what? That's a good plan. I like it. I'm running with it. Even if they have double bolt here, it doesn't stop us from killing Lurrus. So. And that means that I think I'm going to deal 4 to them. So now they take 4, they go to 9. At our upkeep, assuming we survive, we're probably gonna chump here. I'll think about it when the time comes, but I just want to do this math first. So Harbinger will be in play. We'll have a Sling Gang Lieutenant. We'll play Sling Gang Lieutenant. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. The Harbinger is 5, and then 6, 7, 8. So we just need to hit him for 1 damage next turn, which is like pretty likely. So I can chump here, is what I'm thinking. In paper, these fetches are expensive. Back when cons came out, so if I don't block, I lose to like double bolt, right? So yeah. Which is like, you know, they have 6 lands in play. They haven't shown anything good, but we kill them either way, so. This trick right here, I actually learned from somebody in chat like 4 months ago. It was not something I had thought of. Yeah, I think they were like $9, maybe $11. I got my Blood Crypts then. I was drafting a lot. So we're going to wait to play the Sling Gang Lieutenant until afterwards, because we need to be able to sack all of our goblins in response to a removal spell on it. So in this situation, you gotta attack first. And here's the removal spells, I guess. Oh no, I just got. That's okay. We're still gonna win this game, but that is unfortunate. They would have pointed that at our Sling Gang Lieutenant, and we wouldn't have won the next turn either, so we'll chump here, we'll Violent our Sling Gang Lieutenant, and then we'll win the game. Yeah, Verdants have always been too expensive for me. Wooded Foothills is more than Verdant Catacombs? What? Why? Oh, does that just kill me? No, right? But it's scary. If they have a bolt, I'm dead. You got it? I guess not. They do have it? They're just slow rolling me? Wow, okay. Well, good game. They had it the whole time. Could we have beaten that? I'm not even sure. That skull crack. So that was that was game 1? Yeah, it was game 1. Generally, Prime Punishment is decent against Burn. Tarfire. Not Thoughtseize, Fatal Push. Crater Maker, probably better than Vandal. Although Vandal also kills. Do we want to just take out Vials? Like Harbinger finds us, Sling Gang. Like, the idea is that we gotta gum up the board and find Sling Gang ASAP. Now, Grist kind of does that. It's a little expensive. It could just be that Vial is... Nah, Vial's fine, though. Because you often need to, like, Vial and Matron and then play Sling Gang. Like, can you shave a Vial? Probably. Don't want to top deck them. Harbingers, like, they're just bad Matrons. Well, we can cut a Kiki and another Harbinger. I think this is fine. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, that was a close game, though. I mean, Burn, like I said, it got a lot worse once we went to 3 colors. But it's like a fair match. Like, we're not gonna... I think you keep this. Yeah, I think you keep this. The Munitions Expert and the Matron, they promise to get you there, and you draw 1 land and you're at Sling Gang, so this should be okay. And the mana is relatively painless. If we draw Crime Punishment, we won't be psyched about it, because Hierarch probably isn't surviving, but any land that makes colored mana... No, not any land. But it depends what we get with Bloodstained Mire. Because we can only make green or black mana with this. Interestingly, if we drew a Grist, we could name Insect and have mana to cast it. I don't think that's going to come up, though. So, anytime you can have burn point removal spells at your stuff rather than your face, you're doing good. Were you asking me why I needed Verdant's Mystical Pot? I don't need Verdant's, but I've never been able to afford them ever. Like, that was when I was first starting and I was looking at Legacy and Modern. I guess I wasn't first starting, because I've played Magic since I was a little kid. But when I went to college, I started playing, like, a lot. And looking at getting into Legacy and stuff. Okay, we'll just get a Blood Crypt tapped here, then. Yeah, I just always remember that Verdant Catacomb and Misty Rainforest were the most expensive fetches, because... or the most expensive of the new fetches. Because they were, like, in all the most popular decks. Should we get them? Ooh, I think we are gonna get them. I guess maybe something will be so good on top. Yeah, that is something so good on top that I don't want to shuffle. Okay, so here's my oh, maybe Tarn was. You might be right. It was Misty over Tarn, though, when I first started, and then Tarn slowly crept up because Blue-Red became more popular, but, yeah, it was, Misty was the number one at the time, I think because Infect was around. So our options here are to shuffle away Crime Punishment and kill this Goblin guide by playing Munitions Expert and blocking. It would cost me 1 life because I could get a basic Swamp or Mountain. Or I could take 3, fetch out Blood Crypt, shock this in, play this for 1, Prime Punishment, and wipe their board. And then what does that give me? I'm at 15, right? I would take 3 here. 1 from this. No, I'm at 14 if I do that. They have 3 cards in hand. It's a close one. I think I'm gonna take it. I think I'm gonna take it because their scariest stuff involves more creatures after this. Oh, I should have just gotten a Blood Crypt tapped at the end of his turn there. Fuck. Oh, man, that's so painful. Like, literally painful. I accidentally okayed through that end step, but it is what it is. Oh, if we lose because of that, I'm gonna be salty. But it's fine. That's true. When in doubt, save life versus burn, but they're already really low on cards. And I obviously fucked that up even worse by having to shock that in. Here comes Bolts. So, like... it's looking like not good for us. Although, can they play those on their next turn? Yeah. So... well, that's a decent draw. We're gonna make blue mana, assert dominance over our burn opponent. Although, I think white mana might be the scariest to them. So let's do that. And then make sure we leave up green mana for Hierarch. We're gonna search for Sling Gang Lieutenant. We're gonna play Ignoble out. And we're gonna hope that we didn't kill ourselves by accidentally shocking. Yeah, they can only cast one. That is one of our saving graces, but I have a feeling they're gonna cast one that does at least 4 damage to us either way. Is this drums? How much longer does this solo go on? Whenever I notice... Oh, man. You guys had to guess how much longer this drum solo would be. It goes for like... It's like comical, actually, how long this is going to be. So there's like a bunch of songs in the Grateful Dead's arsenal that they play that... Wow, they just let those get exiled? Because they feel like they have to... Huh. I mean, how do they not have a removal spell here for Sling Gang, right? They must. But how do I do anything except play it? I could, like, just put another one on top of my library, I guess. But is that good? Man, wishing I had saved that crime punishment for the core Firewalker, but, huh. It's feeling like a game that we're gonna lose here. But I think that... I think that I'm just supposed to put another good thing on top of my library. And maybe that's... Maybe that's Sling Gang, maybe that's Tarfire, maybe that's... I guess I could get something that blocks this. I could get Masked Vandal. I could get Ringleader. I think Sling Gang is likely the play, though. Now, if they cast another creature, we're going to kill it with Munitions Expert, as long as it's not another core Firewalker. This only has pro red, so we can actually block it with Boggart Harbinger. I don't know if they realize that. I don't think they would have done what they did if they didn't have a removal spell, right? I'm gonna take one here. Because I'm calling their bluff. Like, they're not gonna cast a removal spell. Except on Sling Gang at this point. They only have one card in hand, though. So maybe it's not a removal spell and they didn't have anything. But how do you... If you have one card in hand and it's not good, how do you not cast... How do you not cast Eidolon or Oros Charm? Like, I would be at half my life total here. Are they going to crack Fiery Islet? No. Okay. So they skewer me as their last card, which I guess I could have blocked, but I'm actually okay with that. Because it gives us perfect information, and I guess I could have already done this. I wasn't even thinking straight. I could have already killed this Monastery Swift Spear and not taken any damage no matter what, but the way we played it, now we know they don't have shit for our Sling Gang Lieutenant. So, for either of our Sling Gang Lieutenants, so I think we have this game won. I can chump with the Hierarch. And if they swing with this, then we get to swing with the whole team. So I think this is like net positive here. I imagine they're putting Lurrus in their hand this turn. Yeah, anyway, this is a 13-minute drum solo. And it's going to go on for a while. And then it's going to go into another 12-minute space jam type thing where it's just random noises for a while. And then after that, it may come out into song. I'm not sure if I'm gonna let it play or not. I haven't decided yet. I've kind of been enjoying it because this one is better than most. Often what happens is they're just like pounding on drums and I realize it's been 10 minutes since I've heard anything other than noise. And I skip it. This one is decent. Whiplash has a great drum solo, that's what I hear. I've never watched it. Well, now that the Hierarch's dead, we can't play Snoop Plus. I think we're gonna leave the Harbinger back to block. Although I'm not sure. If they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, half their life. Yeah. We'll attack with everybody. We attack with everybody, we play Sling Gang Lieutenant, which is a blocker. Damn, the soundboard just got a little fuzzy. So they know we had this. Yeah, okay. Feeling pretty smart about putting Sling Gang on top with that Harbinger that turn. That was the turning point of that game, and we navigated it correctly. So the whole movie is based around one drum solo. I've just seen, so I am a drummer myself. This is something I've never verbalized, but it's like, I guess it's personal, I don't know. I'm scared to watch Whiplash because I'm a drummer myself and I don't think I'm that good. So I've seen that clip where the guy's like smacking him in the face at drum practice, and I'm just like, damn, that's like one of my worst, like what would I even do? I empathize too much with that kid, so I don't want to watch it. Like, it's too much for me. I'm sure it's good. Although, it may be one of those things where, like, if you know anything about the topic and you watch a movie about it, you're like, wait, that's not even right. Like, all of this stuff is just fake. So maybe that's another reason not to watch it. But yeah, I see that scene and it just makes me, like, shudder because not that I've been in that situation, but it's just, like, as bad as you can imagine. I know it's supposed to be really, really good. And the guy who's hitting him, I don't know his name, but he's a great actor. I like movies with him in them. This is a really bad hand against Burn. You can't do anything here. Oh my god! You know, these are really unlikely hands. I have to check. I have to check. I'm running 23 lands. It's happened a lot today. There's 60 cards. There's 23 lands. Your sample size is 7. What's the chance of getting 0? 2.5%? That's more than I thought it was. But we've hit it like way more than 2.5% of the games. It's awful. Alright, this is a decent hand. Because you have Crime Punishment. So against their best hands, you actually line up pretty good. Do I keep the Masked Vandal just to block, is the question. Like, if I play Noble, they're gonna have to kill it. And that kind of saves me 3 life. But, like, maybe I want Vile over Noble because it actually makes mana, but I don't have any creatures to play, so no Vile. And then, do I just hope that I draw land? Or do I put back the Masked Vandal? Yeah, do I just hope that I draw land or put back the Masked Vandal? I mean, if they have a creature draw, this is going to stop it, so I guess we put back the Masked Vandal. I think. It kind of makes sense, but, like, this doesn't take care of Eidolon. So maybe, alright. We gotta get lucky. We gotta get lucky. Keep the Vandal, it buys time to draw more lands. That's true. That is a good point. The whole time buying thing, I mean, hopefully this gets us lands. It's less true in Modern than it used to be. You can't, the threats that exist now, like Dragon's Rage Channeler, Murktide, Ragavan, they close the game out so fast and you get so far behind that, especially with Goblins, the longer the game goes, you're not actually as favored anymore. Like, it used to be, oh, if I get to play Ringleader and draw 4 cards, like, how do I lose that game? But, like, now when you stabilize, you're at, like, 9 life, and they have Dragon's Rage Channeler, which, like, gets almost as much value as Ringleader, and it only costs 1 mana. Like, well, no lands on top today, but our Hierarch did survive. There's that. But yeah, it's just felt like, even against the mid-range decks... Huh. Well, we can block that. But, like... Do I want to just... If I cast this on 1, it actually kills my Noble. So I think this turn, I'm just... I think I'm just playing Masked Vandal to block. And Ignoble. So we'll get a Mountain here. We may end up casting this on 2, considering how bad this fucks up our mana, but for now, we get to block at least 2 damage, which is not really good. Which is not really good. Maybe I was just supposed to have played it on 1. Called it a day. Yeah, that's probably true. I was probably supposed to play it on 1 and then just play Masked Vandal the turn after. Because, like, if they had then played Eidolon, I would be in great shape. Land here would be great. Okay, land it is. Obviously blocking. Maybe shouldn't have blocked for Firewalker for the outside value of them not realizing that we can block it. Often you play a card like this and you're just like, oh yeah, it's got protection from everything they've got, and you just stop thinking about it. But it doesn't. I have Pro for my green creatures, which it seems is all I've got this game. Oh man, that hurts. Means I can't play Ringleader, which sucks. I could play this Harbinger, but then I'm not going to draw land. I think I just have to pull the trigger on 1 here because I'm not going to be able to get the free mana, and I can't keep taking 2. Get the free mana. What do I even mean when I say that? I'm like, I need to be mana efficient is what I mean. So, like, can't just black hole my 3 mana. Can't play this because I want to draw a land. So we gotta hope to get lucky here. Shard Volley. Okie doke. We're gonna be taking 2 a turn. Well, I guess we have Harbinger, so we won't be taking 2 a turn. Do we fail to find on our Harbinger? No, we don't. We don't crack this. Don't make the mistake of cracking this. Maybe I should have cracked it first. In fact, almost definitely should have cracked it first. But putting Sling Gang on top. We'll just grab a mountain with it. It's not a big deal. We don't need double black for anything, so. When you play bidding, it's a big deal. I kind of want to say no to this. I have all the lands I could need. And I am definitely drawing Sling Gang, so. That was a decent spell they just cast. Swift Spear hurts. Alright. This game is slowly falling out of our grasp, I think. I may need to just cast Ringleader here. If I cast Ringleader, I take 2. But I can theoretically block this Swift Spear if they don't have a card in hand. But if I play Sling Gang Lieutenant, I can't really block this, so I take 2 anyway. And then I can just chump and sack, and I go to 8. And I have another Goblin in play. And then next turn you play the Ringleader. I guess it's vulnerable to removal, but it is still my best bet, because I take 2 either way. And they're hyper F6'd, so they don't have any 1-mana removal spell. They did just cast Shard Volley. It looks like they drew a land, so we're going to be taking 2. Actually, do I double block? Yeah, there's like not really a lot of danger in double blocking. Because if they cast something, I just still sack them both. And I'll let it trade. Is this Searing Blaze? Skullcrack. Okay, well. Doesn't actually prevent me from gaining life here. But it is the prowess trigger they needed. So I guess it's good we got that out of their hand. Double block successful. Good job. Playing smart. Wasn't thinking about specifically Skullcrack, but... Why do I feel like I took way more than I was supposed to there? 7? No. Okay, that's fine. Well... Let's hope that we get some hits. Because we're gonna... likely just be chumping here for a minute. Now they have 0 cards in hand. But they are going to be putting Lurrus into their hand next turn. So... Okay, that's a hit. For both hits, actually. I don't really want to ever crack this fetch land, do I? We're never blocking with Sling Gang in a game that we're winning, at least. So we'll attack for 1. Next turn, Munitions Expert will kill this Swift Spear if our Ringleader doesn't first. Actually, we're just dead to Boros Charm. Because we have to sacrifice a Goblin. We're pretty much dead to Boros Charm. It's not 100%, but okay, they got nothing and they're showing it. They didn't even want to put Lurrus in their hand, which is a little bit weird. Do I go to 1 here? Is it worth it? There's a lot of 3-drops in the deck. I think so. I think I do go to 1 here. Not the best draw. I guess I'm supposed to try to save this Munitions Expert for Lurrus. So we'll do that. We can attack with our Sling Gang because of Exalted, which is pretty sweet. They know I have this Munitions Expert, but they don't know what this Bloodstain Mire is. So I guess I'll keep it, because I can't use it until I sack something, I guess. We're going to have to sack stuff to survive the core Firewalker hit. Which I didn't even really comprehend until just this moment. Oh, I guess not. We can sack the Noble. So... I imagine they're swinging with this so they can just Lurrus bring it back. Apparently that's not in the cards for them. So we'll block with the Noble. We'll sack. Gain 1 life. Another Skullcrack would hurt a whole lot here. Boros Charm? I think Boros Charm kills us, like, deterministically, no matter how they did it. Right? Because no, I guess they did have to wait for me to sack, but we're dead. Well played by them, though. That was a good line. We can go up to 4. Boros Charm resolves. We go up to 1 after it resolves, obviously, right? So we're just dead. Damn. Rails are falling off during the Space Jam. Let's head to some good ending songs. This is probably gonna do it for me today because I gotta get dinner. We only played 1 league today. Usually I like to play 2. We lost a close match to Burn. We lost a close match to, well, not really close. We lost to Tron, which we shouldn't. I think we played Burn twice. So we don't actually have a terrible Burn matchup. 3 colors is tough. And I made some mistakes, which that's the way you want to lose, making mistakes. The deck is okay. It's not blowing the doors off anything. We haven't actually drawn Grist and Realmwalker that often. We drew it once and it was pretty sick. It won us the game against Spirits. Realmwalker we haven't even seen. So today, as far as matchups, I'd say that we're still in a good spot. We've also got really unlucky with just an enormous amount of 0-land hands. I mean, in 5 matches, 4 matches so far, we've seen, I don't know, let's say 10, 15 hands, and like at least 5 of them had no lands in them, right? This is a terrible, awful, no good, very bad hand. This hand is slightly better. Keepable. It's not exciting, but it's keepable. Playing Copperline Gorge first? Probably. I mean, you want to keep the fetch because you get to redraw with Snoop. And we need green mana, but we have it. So, yeah, I guess we'll just throw back the Stomping Ground. It doesn't really matter what we throw back here, but... Copperline Gorge, Dragon's Rage Channeler. Man, so somebody asked what decks I have a problem with playing Goblins, and my answer was red decks, because Modern Horizons 2 red, if you follow my Twitter, you know how much I don't want to get too mad, but Modern Horizons red is... I'm a red mage. I play red cards. It's why I ended up at Goblins at all. This is a crazy start. Modern Horizons 2 red, the red cards aren't actually red. They do things that no red card has ever done before. They have no drawbacks for their 1-drops. They're just, like, insanely good. This is a card that should cost probably 3 mana. Like, I don't know if you remember a time, I know a lot of you do, when Bob was the best black creature, right? And people used to talk about, like, well, what's the red Bob gonna be? Because there was, like, Snapcaster Mage, there was Stoneforge Mystic, there was Bob, and there was Tarmogoyf. And red just sucked, right? Like, that's normal. Red always sucks. But there was nothing. And then they printed Young Pyromancer, and people were like, oh, is this going to be it? And, like, people tried it out. It wasn't good in Modern. It wasn't that good in Legacy. Eventually, it got played in, like, Vintage. But, like, people weren't willing to call it the Red Bob. You know what I mean? Yes, the whole format is Modern Horizons block constructed now. But this card, had they printed it back then for 2 mana, easily would have been the Red Bob, right? And this card is way better than that because it's 1 mana. And that's just like, that's the world we live in. Bob is not played anymore. We got Ragavan. We got Dragon's Rage Channeler. We got Unholy Heat. They're not really red cards. Not classically. It's like, Man, I'm about to take 5 here? Holy shit. Counter Gianni. Canter Gianni. I think I'm dead. I mean, had I had the combo, they were just dead. And maybe we can draw it here. Does that do anything? The question is, do I redraw for combo or do I kill Blood-Raid Elf? I think I just am supposed to kill Blood-Raid Elf. Yeah. Alright, Sling Gang on top, pretty good. Maybe I was supposed to kill Dragon's Rage Channeler, but the fact that they didn't have Delirium yet made me think that they weren't going to get it. But that kind of doesn't make sense, right? Oh, I should have attacked. I thought I was in B. That was so dumb. I was supposed to have attacked. They can't... If they attack in with their Dragon's Rage Channeler, it becomes a 3-3. And they're about to get Delirium. No, they're not about to get Delirium. Any spell will likely give them Delirium. Not that one. Well, wishing that I had played the Fetch Land instead of the Copperline Gorge right now. That's a bit unfortunate. I probably should have put them on Blood Moon, considering. But I didn't have faith in them, Eliochorus, to get Delirium because of what deck they are. Like, there are some decks that, you know, find Delirium more easily, but a Ponza deck, I just felt like they're probably having a lot of more of what they already have in the graveyard, and if you don't have it already after the Bobble, it's unlikely. Do I double block this? I can't even, like, I have the Masked Vandal and I can't cast it, ever. I need to find a Vial. I mean, I definitely block it once. And I do have the second Snoop. Although, if I just, like, find a Kiki on top... So, we'll see. Higher... Oh ho ho! Oh ho! Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Glad I blocked. Sometimes you just had it. Sometimes you just had it. Now, it feels dumb that I'm like that excited about killing just a Blood Moon, given that we play Blood Moon out of the board ourselves, but it feels good. We'll just play a second one of these. And if we're not dead, we have a good chance at winning, because we can cast Matron to find Harbinger. We have 2 Snoops, and we'll combo them out. That's if we're not dead, and if they don't have 2 pieces of removal. Goblin Chain Whirler would be on Tribe and amazing right now. It's funny that you say that, because I was looking at putting Chain Whirler in as the 3-drop that is just like good to play, because occasionally people will just play a ton of 1-drops, right? They'll do turn 1 1-drop, turn 3 1-drop, and then if you're on the draw, you just Chain Whirler and you feel real smart. And it blocks really... Whoa. I saw this and I didn't read it. I didn't expect them to ever play it. Hell's Thunder. Never even heard of it. Flying Haste. Unearth. Oh, that came from the graveyard. Okay, at the beginning of the end step, sacrifice it. It's just a 4/4. 7. I mean, we're taking a lot here, right? But we kill them? Oh, it's all flying. 7, 8, 9, 10. But we do kill them. So we got there. Unless, for some reason, we need a non-basic, but we don't. So, feeling good. about that. They don't seem to want to exile their unearthed creature. They're just waiting until, I don't know, I call a judge or something. Alright. So, we're gonna get there. 6 mana. Grist on top. Let's see what else is in our deck just one more time. I'll get a swamp, who cares? That's funny. We didn't need it, but you can do it this way. I'll show you how to do it. It's just faster to do it this way too. Because we have the Sling Gang in hand, we just make 1,000,000 copies and then sack them. I should make that. Oh, but my bot doesn't have a subscription, so it doesn't matter. Just want a had it command so that it's like 1,000 Kikis that explode on the screen. Even though it should really be a bunch of Snoops. I just like seeing Kiki's face when he shows up on top of the library. So, for those of you who haven't seen the combo, Conspicuous Snoop says that you play with the top of your library revealed, as we've been doing. I didn't just hack the game. He also gets the abilities of cards on top of your library. So when Kiki Jiki happens to be on top of your library, you can make infinite copies of Conspicuous Snoop, because Kiki Jiki says non-legendary creature. And obviously they got around him making infinite copies himself because he is legendary, but Snoop is not. Oh. I was doing this as if I was doing the regular combo, but now that we have Sling Gang Lieutenant in hand, we can just cast it. So normally, you would play Boggart Harbinger to put Kiki Jiki on top of your library instead of just drawing it. But here, we had it the whole time, never didn't have it. 88 Cobra, how's it going? The deck thing isn't accurate. It's also deck list, I think. Maybe not. Did it just break? Not sure. I could post the Stream Decker link. It has an older, thing. It doesn't have this list because I just made this like today. I don't know if I recommend this. The one that's in the Stream Decker is good. You can play it in Tron metas and things like that. It's got a lot of hedges. The sideboard's okay. It's, you know, not what I'm playing right now, but you do fine with this list. I don't think Pashlik Mons and the War Chiefs are very good right now. What the hell did I replace? Yeah, and I took out one Ringleader because you just don't get to play long games as often anymore. Do I put in Crime Punishment because they have infinite 1-drops? I think I want Fatal Push and Thoughtseize. I don't think anything else makes sense. Although, you think they're playing Curse Totem in, like, that thing that stops ETBs? I don't know. I don't think Thoughtseize is probably fine. What isn't fine is the question. Cards fly. Like, so the problem I have with, like, the Leyline of the Void plan against Dragon's Rage Channeler decks is, like, what do I do against a deck like this? I guess they do have that Unearthed creature. So, this Joker's Wild says that you should do this. He boards out all of his vials and boards in Leylines. So we're going to try it. We're going to assume the combo is bad here. We're going to... I kind of want to keep Grist. I do want to keep Matron or Realm Walker as well. Maybe we take out this Pyre. Nah, we need to be able to find Mass Vandal. We'll take out this, and because the combo's unlikely, we'll board out a Kiki. This is... Other people say that this is a good sideboard strategy. I'm not sure. And they mulligan hard to Leyline. This is a keepable hand with Leyline in it. Wow, do we throw back Grist here? Because, like, we have the combo. You could throw back a land and just hope that the game goes long. Because, like, the chance of the combo surviving is low. I think we gotta get lucky. I'm gonna throw back a land. Which is, like, probably not the smartest thing against Ponza, but they didn't seem like they were on pillages, so maybe we'll get paid off. They're not on Luris, and they're on Bobble. Just for the Dragon's Rage value. But those are just going to be 1/1s this game. So I'm going to play Bloodstained Mire, and we're not going to crack it until we need to, because we may have to get a basic Swamp with it, but obviously we'd like to get Stomping Ground with it. Oh, Ragavan is so good. This might just kill us. This might just kill us. And I have to actually... This is so stupid. I only have one Stomping Ground. So I have to do this. Because if Ragavan takes my Stomping Ground, I probably lose on the spot. Let's see what they get. Copperline Gorge and a treasure token. Alright. That was still good. If they don't have a third land, they just found it. Not ours, their treasure token. Okay. No basics this game again, but I don't imagine that they are, they're on the Blood Moon plan against us anymore. Like, I could have easily fetched basics. Chose not to. Kirk Block Spectre? Nice, but this game, it might be Bone Shards. Nope, it's just gonna get fucking rend. But okay, this is actually, like, I'm talking down, but like, this is, we're in decent shape. We're gonna get to see how Grist is and how it stacks up against something like Ren and 6, right? Like, so we're just gonna play Grist and activate it. Grist and Goblins. Yeah, so how's it going, Bob? It's good to see you, by the way. So something I've noticed while I'm like mulliganing is that my keepable hands are things with Vile and Snoop, right? Like, those are the good cards. And there's this other card in my deck, Ignoble Hierarch, that I also want to play on turn 1. But when I'm looking at my hand and I'm determining if it's keepable, it's never keepable just because of Ignoble Hierarch. And our other 3-drops happen to be these 2 cards, Goblin Matron and Boggart Harbinger. And they're not exciting to play on turn 2. Like, you basically never want to play this on turn 2, because it means you can't draw lands, and you don't know what you want yet to tutor to the top of your library. Are they just going to kill my Grist? They're not even going to kill my Grist. Oh, no, they are. They're just going to Exalted it. Well, that sucks. Wait. Why can't I? Okay. Because they hadn't... Yup, there goes Grist. But honestly, I think it still felt like it was going to be good had it stuck. So, like, ooh. What I was saying is I want something that looks like it's good with Ignoble Hierarch so that it's, like, worth keeping hands with Iggy on 1, because normally it's like, okay, I played Ignoble on turn 1, and it's like, well, the best card in my deck to play is still Snoop. But now, there's something that could theoretically run away with the game. So, we're playing a Grist and... Or we're playing 2 Grists and a Realm Walker to try and test them out. And the Grist has been good. Like, there we couldn't keep it alive, but that happens. Wow. They just... No messing around. And I guess that makes sense considering how strong their board is. Just play more insects. We actually do have an insect in the deck We actually are maining, I can't remember the faceless Masked Vandal. We're maining Masked Vandal over Goblin Crater Maker because you can pyre into it. And we also are playing Realm Walker, which is an insect as well. But I don't expect that to ever be relevant. If I draw a land, we could still win. Alright, we can still win. They have to have no removal spell, but we aren't just dead. So we have to block Goyf? Yeah. Isn't it so great that Goyf's power and toughness is a different color than everybody else's, so it's harder to read? I don't know if we're gonna win, but we can still win. Wait a second. Oh, it's just because of my graveyard. I was like, wait a second, why is Goyf so big? It's because I have every card type imaginable. Oh wait, we're just dead? We're just dead. Never mind. I didn't see this. I didn't know that they could activate it. Damn. Getting killed by a goblin. What a way. What a way to go. Is this game 2 or 3? And it's attacking? Damn. That's enough to get us, guys. It was close. Alright. Game 3. On the play. Did anything change based on what we just saw? They have Rag. They have Goyf. It didn't feel like I needed... Maybe I do want this Mog War Marshal and these Thought Seizes are bad. And because the Thought Seizes are bad, I'll bring in this. Although, Leyline didn't do shit that game. That's why I don't like the Leylines against these types of decks. We're gonna hedge. Well, we'll bring back the 3 vials. We're on the play, they get better. But anyway, that's the Leyline plan for those of you watching and who haven't seen it before. It's okay. It's like a necessary evil, but I don't think that in the long run it's where I want to be. I would like to find a better plan. I just haven't thought of it yet. And if you've watched this long and you're on YouTube, comment below what a better plan is. But I'm also looking for anybody in the chat right now who knows, like... I'm trying Grist as the 3-drop, but there are, like you can see, I kept this hand based on the strength of Fatal Push and Mog War Marshal against what we just played against, but you can see, like, right now, my exciting play is Mog War Marshal and hold up Fatal Push. Like, playing the Goblin Matron isn't great. And I might not even play the Fatal Push. Bounty Voidwalker is still 2 mana, so it's not really ticking any of the boxes that I'm looking for, to be honest. Okay, that was a pretty good draw. These crime punishments, for people who haven't seen it, it's like sort of a deep cut that I got from Darkest Mage. He suggested it for Jund because it doesn't kill Planeswalkers, and Engineered Explosives does. But it actually has another benefit over Engineered Explosives. We're gonna pay Echo here. The other benefit is that when you play against Hammer Time, or any deck with Urza Saga in it, and you play it for 0... Oh, I was supposed to play this Bloodstained Mire. Fuck. I played the Auntie's Hovel because I wasn't necessarily sure I was gonna have a Goblin in my hand, which is dumb because I'm not gonna play the Matron this turn. But I should have played the Bloodstained Mire because on the off chance that they do still have Blood Moon in their deck, I want to be able to fetch my basic Swamp. But we have made a mistake. Okay, that's fine. Second Goyf. I think I am just going to Fatal Push rather than jumping and losing one of my things. Okay. Oh man, getting punished actually. I guess I'm gonna search up. I'm gonna search up a goblin, so it's gonna work out. The question now is, do I search up a ringleader or Snoop? I don't have the other half of the combo. It's gonna be tough to draw into. I think I'm just gonna search up ringleader, and we can't really attack. We don't have any kind of stuff on the bottom, so we're just gonna fetch out I guess a stomping ground. I hope we don't have to play this as like a 1-for-1, but we may. I think I'll take 3 from Goyf. Wishing I had saved the Fatal Push for this Dragon's Rage Channeler, but it was a mana thing. A mana efficiency thing, I say as I leave. My mana tapped. But I'm saving life total. They know what I'm drawing. I don't know what I'm drawing. I'd like to find out. They have 5 cards in hand. We drew a Grist. We drew a Grist. This is like the perfect situation to draw Grist as well. So we're going to attack with everybody. We're not even going to play this ringleader. And then we're going to kill this Dragon's Rage Channeler by sacrificing Mog War Marshal. And then we'll have a blocker. Are there other plays that are better? Nah. I just liked it because it was new, but I don't know if it's better, but I think it is. Sacrifice a creature? Yes. And then we'll kill this. Has enormous value that comes out of it, and Goyf just attacks, so. But yeah. Goyf, Dragon's Rage Channeler is the red Goyf. The red Bob. The red Stoneforge Mystic. The red Snapcaster Mage. It could be that Dashed Ragavan is the red Bob as well, but it's closer on mana cost at least. So we'll block. We're going to be drawing cards. We're going to be... Okay. Bolt my Grist. As expected, but we actually got a bunch of value out of that. So that was good. Not bad. Not bad. Do I kill this Goyf? Do I care? Poor Bob. Yep. It really was. Although, what's his name? Spike was playing it today in his brew that... Alright, so I'm going to say this. And it's a compliment. So it's not like... I think I'm going to save Grist in hand and just try to draw cards. Because the Goyf is manageable right now. Like, it does a lot of damage, but if they want to bolt my creatures so they can get in with their Goyf, whatever. Yeah, and I'm going to attack them for 3. Because I want to put pressure on them. I am going to chump a 5/6. I don't want to just get lava axed. And even though I'm at a high life total, and I'm playing against a burn deck, the 1 token, maybe I won't this turn. Is that same token that I chump with, I can just play Grist. Yeah, this is partly why this is partly why I was scared. Okay. Next turn though, we're gonna play Grist and Munitions Expert, and it's gonna be sick. Do I have to chump this turn? When I play, I need this out. Guess I think I have to kill Ragavan and not Bloodbraid Elf, but that doesn't sound right. And obviously their shit does not line up well against punishment this game. I don't want to take 8. just gonna chump. I wouldn't have chumped had they not Blood Raid Elfed, even though I said I was. Just trades with Ringleader another turn, that's true. Okay. So let's start off with this before we sack anything. We're gonna kill Rag. It's too good. If you get hit by it, I've had them just take like Mog War Marshal off of my deck, and I can't win because like I don't have good ways to kill lots of stuff. Sacrifice creature, yes. I mean, Rag also trades with Ringleader, but oh, in fact, had I killed Blood Raid Elf instead of Ragavan, I could have swung in for 2 instead of 1, actually. Oof. Well, sometimes you just get double Blood Raid Elves, although I guess Engineered Explosives is not the worst thing for them to find. I can cast this on 0 if I wanted to get rid of it. They're not attacking Grist. I am going to block, though. I believe we are not the beatdown here. Just grab Blood Crypt, tapped. Oh, the concert's done. All right, this is our last match anyway. That's why the music stopped. So we're not going to queue up another show. Let's just +1 it first. Did we mill that Matron? Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna like... We're gonna Matron. I don't even know what I'm getting. Like, you can get Snoop, or you can just get another Ringleader. I can't cast Ringleader this turn, but I can cast Snoop. They have 3 cards in hand still? I think I'm just supposed to get another Ringleader, even though I can't cast it this turn. Play Vile. We still have Crime Punishment, which takes care of, you know, their problem permanents. Yeah, I mean, Goblins is a ton of fun. I didn't expect Grist to be as... Well, so part of the reason that I didn't used to like relying on cards like that weren't Goblins was because you can't tutor them, so like you're not consistent and you don't have a ton of room. But I feel like I found the room for like... And you don't draw a lot of cards, so they're hard to find, right? But if we have 5 Snoops, you're going to be drawing Goblins off the top of your deck, which gets you closer to things like Grist. And we do have backdoor ways to find it with Pyre. So, like, I think that that's fine. And also, we're looking for things that are good in the opener, so... It's not all about finding it late game here. They're just attacking my life total. I think I have to double block. Take 3, go to 6. Cast this for X equals 2. Kill Goyf. Plus Grist. I think that that's fine. Although Ringleader also just blocks this. But this costs 4 mana to kill the Goyf. Ooh, that is actually pretty good. That's actually really good. Maybe I've been blinded. 4 Verdants, 3 Myers, more basics, and territories. You can get by with that. It'll be painful. And your sideboard cards and your Grist will be harder to cast, but you can get by with it. Ooh. Maybe I'm just supposed to do that then. I guess... Let's see what's on top. Oh no, wait. If I cast this for 2, it kills Snoop. So if I'm gonna kill Goyf, I have to do it now. Am I willing to take 3 against the Bolt deck? No. Which means I'm gonna have to kill this Goyf. Which means I have to do it this way. Okay, well we figured it out. But if we do survive, um, we're in really good shape here. But this bugbear thing hurts a whole bunch. Um, we may end up. Okay. Um, this means that I don't want to mill. Means we're just gonna sack this, kill this. And if they've got it, they've got it. Like if they have the removal spell, they did have a bunch of cards in hand. Oh, are we just dead? We're dead to Bolt here. Yup, just dead. Wow, very aggressive. I've never seen this build of it, but it just kind of, we did our best. Um, we had them next turn, obviously. It's on top of our deck. But they got us. Wow, that's going to put us 1-4 on the day. But we were testing new cards. We didn't get to see Realm Walker even once, which kind of sucked. But Grist felt really good. Grist felt really powerful. Grist felt like it could take over the game pretty easily. So here's where we're gonna leave it, and we're gonna raid somebody else after I'm done talking. So you don't want to hear about what is gonna happen next in this deck. Thank you for joining me. Consider following. We play Goblins here all the time. So if Grist is really good, right, and we've determined it is, I think that makes Patriarch's bidding better. And if Patriarch's bidding is really good, um, if Patriarch's bidding is really good, maybe we don't want Vile. You know what I mean? Um, so how do I fit more Grists and this Patriarch's bidding into the deck? Does Last Vandal wasn't great main deck. I just wanted to see if I could get out Grist, but if I'm going to be playing 3 of them, I don't need that. There's 63 cards here. What are the worst cards in the deck? Can you vial in a Grist? Yeah, I did it earlier. I vialed it in an end step. When the VOD goes on YouTube, or just when I end the stream, you can go back and check it out. It was against... It's probably the one match we won. It was against Spirits, actually. And it did win us that game. So, is Pyre not worth it because it doesn't matter what goblin? No, I think Pyre is worth it still. What are the worst cards in the deck? Harbinger is bad, but it's part of our combo. Realm Walker we're not sure about. We just wanted to test it. So I guess we can like pretend this isn't even in the deck anymore. And then Crater Maker is a sideboard card that we just put main because we try to find room for it. So like, if we're cutting 2 more cards, it's looking like it's going to be Crater Maker, Mog War Marshal. However, if you have bidding, I don't want more Skirks. Right? So like, bidding, by the way, if it comes down to it, you can get back Grist. So there are games where it might be a 5-mana Planeswalker, but less likely. Maybe bidding is just for the board, though? Maybe you put like 1 bidding main? Maybe you just play 1 bidding in general? Although, like, for those Yeah, okay, so maybe we put one bidding main, and then we cut. Well, we move this to the board. Thought seizes are just like for control and Tron, but like maybe we just add another blood moon, and then we run it like this. I don't know. Something's wrong here. I don't know what it is, but something's wrong. But this is like what I'm looking at. Thank you for showing up, Mystical Pot. So we're going to be testing something like this very soon. Um, anyway, if this is your first time here, you came from XYZ Principe's raid. Thank you. First of all, thank you for the raid, Principe. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody who stuck around. If you're a big fan of Goblins content or modern content, that's usually what we do here. We play modern Goblins. Just trying to make it good. Trying to get it as good as we all know Elementals is right now. Just continuing, you know, it's continuing the grind. I know a lot of people think the deck is fine. They don't want to change it, but it could be better. It's not like you're seeing it top 8 every challenge. It hasn't top 8'd a challenge, I don't think, in over a year. So we're going to raid Everos. Everos is a friend of mine from way back. He's probably playing Modern today. He's usually playing Modern or Legacy. So I'm going to be watching the stream for a little bit too. Thank you again for joining me. If you're watching on YouTube, I know that there's something that automatically gets put in the description for the Twitch channel, so come on over to Twitch. It's much more fun to talk to people while streaming. It's not like we're making money off of it. We're just having a good time. So just consider coming by. And if you're looking for old VODs, because my VODs don't last more than 2 weeks on Twitch, check out the YouTube. That's what it's there for. All right, see you next time. Thanks for joining us.